Right, it is 12:15 and about an hour from the last video, or if you watched the video, I said I'm probably going to give an update by the end of the day, and it is the end of the day for us. It's 12:15. I'm going to show you the VRB. Okay, now remember, we have other alerts and decisions over here. So we get alerts throughout the day, but the VRB just surprised us. If you look at the previous video from this morning, we said, well, it's a pretty quiet day. Let's see what happens. Maybe something's going to break, and they broke. So again, on alerts and decisions, you're going to get VRB, which is Volatility Range Breakout, superior to the opening range breakout. You'll see that time and again with all our videos. Cycle rotations, and we are actually upgrading on the desk. Not upgrading, we are adding some new live verticals for options traders. Here's what I want to show you here is our VRP. Let me show you, let me pull over the charts. Let me do it this way. This is an ES, and these are the actual values. Let me confirm that with you, because look, 74.25, 3/4, 74.50. And as you can see here, this morning, before 9:05, 74.25, 74.50. So this was 9 o'clock. Let me show you what this looks like. So by 9 o'clock, we got these signals. We already got a long here. Boom, at 9:02, there was a trade there in the long on the ES. If it broke 74.50, look at what time it was. It was 9:29. So this happened before the market, just before the market opened. Then boom. Let's take a look at that move. 74.50 all the way down to 74.16. Let's say 74.20. There's a 30-point trade to the downside. And if you remember, at 11 o'clock here, it was around 11 o'clock, it took a short again at 74.50. I can't make this up. It's in the previous trade. It's all time-stamped. All right. So 74.50. And if you remember, I said I wouldn't mind taking 10 points off the table. There was 10 points here. Then it broke again. And surprise, surprise, it surprised us as it always does. Look at the move, 74.52. There was another 30-point move in the ES. Let me show you the NASDAQ. There she is. And just to confirm it, I'll say it again. These numbers, these are time-stamped. They come out by, well, it says 9:05, but it's usually 9:01. So they come out between, let's say, 7:30 and 9:01. Sometimes they'll come as early as 7:15. But these are all based on what? These are based on volatility ranges that we ascertain overnight. Let's look at 9 o'clock. What happened at 9 o'clock? All right. Those are the numbers. Can't make them up. 27,976. I just rounded it down. And 27,960. All right. These are the numbers. Let's take a look at what happened. 9 o'clock. Over here at 9 o'clock. Got a trigger long. Boom. Had a little bit of a move, not a massive move, but there was money there. There was at least a 3-to-1 because look, this is the stop. This is the range. All right, this is your. It's actually less than this on your risk. I know we hit at least a 2.5 to 1 on that one. You can take some money off the table, and then it broke. You might have got stopped out here, but on a re-entry, look at this move to the downside, and that's by 10 o'clock. By 10:15, there was this whole 27, let's call it 950. Those are 300 points. There was over 300 points in this move to the downside, right? So our trades were already in here on the short side. We already made money on here, on the NQ and on the ES on the short side. But if you caught this late, depending on your schedule, there was opportunity here because if you look at, let's take a look, if we see it over here. We'll leave on the ES. Look, we had cycle rotations here, so there was a good indication with a break of the VWAP here. What time was that? 9:30. I mean, there's opportunity after opportunity. Yeah. Now, that's just the ES and the NQ. I could do the same thing and run down the whole line and show you where our volatility range breakout is just superior to the opening range breakout. It's not even a comparison. I know the numbers. All right. That is an alpha depleted strategy. Everybody and their brother knows the orders, and they're watching the order flow. All the algos are waiting for retail order flow and other order flow. They already know that there's going to be a flurry. The algos key in on that opening range, and sometimes for other reasons, for portfolio reasons that I'm not going to get into. But take a look at that. Let's take a look at 9:30. All right, 9:30. What are you doing at 9:30? So here's 9:30, the opening. If you're waiting till say 9:45, the move's already done. Look at that size of that move at 9:40. If I turn this into a, and let's just go ahead and do it. Okay, let's look at the 9:30 bar. And look, guys, if you're in love with that ORB with the 9:30, that's fine. Do whatever you want. I don't tell people to do. All I'm doing is I'm showing you the numbers. So there's 9:30. So let's say the 9:30, and you hold out for 10 o'clock. There's no trade. There's no trade. So what are you doing? You're waiting for a move up here, or you're waiting for a move down here. You just look at that range, 27,992. That's a 300-point range. There's a lot of space there for you to get chopped up. And if you've traded the opening range with it for any period of time, you know that's the real threat to that edge, that system. The edge is dead, guys. The best chance you have at trading the opening range, in my opinion, is, you know what, I'm not even going to get into that. Why trade the opening range when you have our volatility ranges? And these post every day between 7:15 and 9:05. You're just going to keep seeing our videos on its success rate. I'll say it again. Look at it this morning, $12. Look at how small this risk is. $12, $45, 7, 6, 12. So on, I thought I would just do this quick video before I checked out. And if look how simple this is. You're going to say, when you log in, you say, okay, here's my long entry, here's my short entry. You log in over here on the desk, you get entries throughout the day. What is your job now? You're managing the trades. That's all you're doing. We're doing the analysis for you. You can test and back test over time. Over time, you'll just see there's a 0 DTE. Over time, you're going to see they're not stuck in the mud. We are constantly, our algos are constantly making sure that they're optimized. They're constantly making sure they're adapting to the current market regimes, the current volatilities, current cycle regimes, and you manage the trade. Look, if you work for a fund, depending on the fund, but if you're working for a fund, do you think you're doing all your quantitative analysis? No. You might participate in it, you might contribute to it, but at the end of the day, the analysis is done for you. This is what you do when this condition exists. That's how this desk is laid out for you to go to your screen, look at the trades, analyze it, and also over time validate it in sim. So build the trust. We're going to keep doing these VRB and our signal videos so you can see how efficient they are. But once you're a member, you can just validate it here in sim. What you need to do is to identify, find a rock solid system, a rock solid methodology, and it's only rock solid once you see it work in real time on the instruments you trade, on the schedule you trade on, and that's it. Those are the trades for the day. It is 12:26. We are wrapping it up. There was another money day, and the best part of today was this right here. Tiny risk for large upside. So anyway, enjoy the rest of the day. Hope you're making money. Oh, I wanted to throw this in here, and I mean no disrespect to these people because I don't even know who they are. But I saw this and I couldn't resist. Do you really want to watch this throughout the day? Is this what you are into? Or would you rather look at this, know where you're getting in, know where you're getting out, organized, all right, back tested, forward tested. You forward tested again on the instruments you trade, forward tested on the timetables that you, in other words, if you're in Europe, you might trade on a different schedule. If you're in Asia, you're trading on a different schedule. But you can validate all our signals in real time. So anyway, that's it for today. It is Tuesday, July 28th, 2026. It's 12:28. I'm checking out. Have a great day.